Today in the pedal vault, the Pepers pedals Humongous Fuzz. The Pepers pedals Humongous Fuzz is, well, basically their try to replicate the classic Boss FS2. As you can see, we have a total of 6 control knobs, 1 big knob and 2 foot switches. This is your typical bypass. Here we have a mode switch that lets us toggle between boost and the different fuzz modes. So we can toggle between boost and fuzz 1. And here we can select the different fuzz modes. 2, 3. So stay it here. Apart from that, we have our typical level, gain, highs, lows. Then here we have an extra, and I think this is an HM2 style EQ that we can blend in. And here we have our blend that's currently on 100% wet. Apart from that, this comes in a plethora of different artwork options. This one is all blacked out. I think it looks really awesome, but there are other options available, some that are more alike as the original. Okay, so let's head over to the curve. First of all, let's go to boost mode. Blend is full, gain is at 0, level is full, and as you can see, it's rather linear. So let's highs is a very slight shelf, lows very slight boost around the 120 Hertz region as well. So this extra. So here you can see what extra is doing. Now we are heavily cutting the 1.2 and the 95 or 90 Hertz regions. So when we crank it, nothing is really happening. We get a bit of a pronunciation, but nothing as much. Okay, gain. Nothing, good sign. Okay, let's toggle through the different fuzz modes. Fuzz 1. Signal gets quieter, that's okay. It basically means more compressed sound. We have a huge loss in the highs and the lows, totally fine. So when we now crank low, still subtle. A bit more here. Extra. Now extra is doing something. We see an HM2 style curve. Although very broad high EQ peak here. Gain. Nothing. Okay, fuzz 2. Now we get a heavy dip in the 1.2 Hertz region. Low at 150, 160. And again, the HM2 boost, now it makes it rather flat in the high mids. When we zero it, it basically looks ridiculous. And fuzz 3 seems to be the most linear looking. Highs. Those don't change when you select a different fuzz mode. I assume that basically just the gain structure is changing. Now this looks a lot like a standard HM2 curve. And I just found out that the Humongous Fuzz has some internal goodness, so let's turn it. And first of all, you can see some awesome artwork here. We have the Pepers pedals logo, we have this nice looking dude, and we have a just walk away. But what we also have is an internal trim control for the blend adjustment, and I think this should only be used if you get into some problems. Here we have 3 DIP switches for the extra EQ. As you can see, I've dialed in the extra EQ full, and here we can actually turn on and off the different bands. So I can get rid of the bass band if I don't want it. I can get rid of the mid band if I don't want it. Activate the bass band again. And I can get rid of the high band. This only affects the extra EQ. Okay, nothing more to show you. Let's find out how this pedal actually sounds. Typically, I'm not a fan of fuzz pedals because, well, they sound too fuzzy. And the Humongous Fuzz is one of actually my favorite fuzz pedals because it has so many options and so many tweaking possibilities. It just really sounds good. I mean, we have 3 different fuzz modes and a boost mode. The boost mode, I think it's okay, I don't need it. The fuzz modes, I think they are very well chosen. Really tasteful. I especially like Fuzz 2, gives me some good tonal options, and the Fuzz sounds good both in front of a clean amp as well as in front of a driven amp. So you basically have lots of tweaking options to get a really nasty sound. What's really awesome about this pedal is actually the extra control that lets you blend in an HM2 curve EQ. And this makes basically instant chainsaw whenever you crank it, and you get different chainsaw flavors with every mode, and then you can tweak it with the high and low controls. The blend control, I shown you this internal trim pot to get rid of some bleed, and I definitely had to use it because when I cranked it full to bleed, there was still some clean frequencies coming through. But so I turned it fully clockwise. But now when I basically want to deactivate the blend, there is some signal coming through. I don't know why this is. Maybe it's not possible otherwise, but yeah, either way you get still some clean bleed or you get still some wet bleed. Just that you're aware of. Most of the times it doesn't matter, just for me when I review it. I think should have mentioned. I initially thought that this foot switch would toggle all the different fuzz modes, but I think this way you select your mode and then you toggle between the boost and the fuzz. I think it's a good solution. Really like it. Some modes do have way too much bass, especially when you crank the HM2 curve. But with the internal DIP switch that lets you basically get rid of the bass peak of the HM2, I think it's okay. So all in all, awesome fuzz pedal. One of the best in the market, I think. And yeah, what do you think about this pedal? And what are your favorite fuzz pedals? Let me know down in the comment section. And if you want to support this channel, check out the links in the description. Well, and with this said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, check out my Instagram. May the force be with you and have a nice day.